Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
For some reason, and I mean, the Cavs could lose tonight. Now they've won 8 of their last 9. I say you need to win at least one in Milwaukee. If you got these 2 games, you got to win at least one. You know, Milwaukee they've come out. They were up 8-4. Peter, do you have an update of where they're at right now? My phone is not opening.
Hold on a second. It's 10-4. So going the wrong direction.
Right, but you can tell our question from the first segment, though, Jay. You can tell what kind of mindset this team is focused on getting get back for being beat by 40 last week, and not having the coaching stuff, at least early on, that's not hanging over their heads. You knew that they were going to come out and throw the first punch because they're at home. Like, Cavs have shown that they can come back. I'm not going to freak out about a first quarter score. And if they don't win tonight, guess what? Bucks are a good team.
They got a great home court advantage.
They
got
do have a
one
great
of the
home
best
court advantage.
Audio visual guys that I know.
When the NBA came back to actually playing in arenas, and you still had limited seating from COVID, boy, that place was still loud in Milwaukee. Watching some of their games on national television, that arena was still rocking. Now, Cavs would be the same way. The Cavs weren't as good at that point, so, crowds, there wasn't as much to cheer about. But I'm sure in that kind of situation, and the team is good, Cleveland's going to show out, and you can have 9,000 people in a football stadium sounding like 80,000. That's how good Cleveland fans are. The problem I have, though, Jay, as good as this team is playing right now, and they are finding a way to adjust from not having Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, they're finding a way to adjust with other injuries, Karis LeVert in and out, and playing the brand of basketball that J.B. Bickerstaff told us offensively, while still bringing the tough defensive principles that J.B. Bickerstaff teams are built on. Do you think everybody is focused on that? No. It's all about, well, there's no way this is going to continue. Oh my gosh, the fear meter is at a 20. It's broken. It only goes up to a 10, and I'm at a 20 because Darius Garland and Evan Mobley can't play this way. Oh, what? Out of the big 4, should we get rid of one of them? Which one would you get rid of? Which 2 would you get rid of? Who can we trade this for? What can we get for this person, that player, that player? We knew coming into the season, Jay, everybody was going to only care about what this team did in the playoffs. I understand that, but it's a long season. So if you can't enjoy the journey back to that point because you have to earn it every single year, and every single year the way you get there is totally different than the previous year, the expectation is still to win 1 playoff series, if not 2, if not more than that. I understand that again. But why are we not focused on the good, the positive side, the glass half full? Why do we always have to go to the glass half empty with every other team but the Browns? Everything with the Browns is turned into something positive, something great, as bad as things go. And yet with the Guardians and the Cavs, any good stretch of baseball or basketball, oh, that can't be the case. Oh, this person's not in there. What's going to happen when they come back? They're going to disrupt this whole thing. Why? Jay, can you explain it to me? I was going to have the title be Why So Serious? Just like the Joker in The Dark Knight. Why so serious? Those questions will be answered, and we can have those discussions when Darius Garland and Evan Mobley actually come back. I do want a little bit of your thoughts on that, Jay. But before that, can you explain this to me? Why is that where we go with this?
I think partially, if where you're getting your info is Twitter. That's the first problem with all this, because
it's not just Twitter.
I don't.
And you know that.
No one at my work talks sports. No one at my work talks sports. The radio people, they're a mixed bag, I guess, in that situation. But Twitter's, I think, the worst, because just the angry people are the loudest. They always are. That's kind of with everything. Like dude, this is a beautiful problem. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Darn, we're playing great. We have 2 great players coming back. Well, that's a good thing. I'm not worried about it because guess what? If it doesn't work, you will change it up and maybe you will get rid of one of the guys or do something. Or you just say, suck it up and you play. You guys are great. Figure it out. I think the emergence of this team is people like Sam Merrill, Craig Porter Jr., unfortunately, he's in trouble, and we'll talk about that. Tristan Thompson coming in and establishing an attitude down, like playing defense. That's where it is. It's not because they're gone. It's because these other guys are filling roles we didn't have. Like we have not had the sharpshooter that we have in Sam Merrill for a long time, and that dude is just shooting lights out.
Yeah, and I understand that people question, can that continue because he's a 27-year-old, basically rookie that has been in the G League, a journeyman to get to this point. Great story, and there's great stories all the time. But guess what? If you can do something like that well, either shoot the 3 or play defense or a combination of both, the NBA is going to find a spot for you.
And he's not just hitting like wide open threes. I'm watching him create space. He'll catch that ball, do a little quick head fake. The dude goes for the shot, sidesteps, boom, 3. Like he's a legit shooter, dude. Like I'm really impressed by that kid.
And you know who's driving that confidence? Oh, someone that people think doesn't want to be here because he wouldn't sign an extension this past summer when he still had another summer to go. All those questions, like we don't need to bog down a fun stretch of the season and what could be a fun season in general with expectations once you get to that next step. We don't need to talk about that till we get there.
Yeah, why predict bad future? Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
enjoy the ready. Now. Enjoy the now. It's fun.
We're always ready for the worst here in Cleveland. And yeah, we'll come on here and talk about it. I'm not saying the season is going to end great. I'm not saying the season is going to end bad. I don't know. But I need to see more of the season. I need to see more from this team. I want to see Darius Garland and Evan Mobley come back. Is it on JB Bickerstaff to find a way to make sure that they're coming into the same sort of philosophy and mindset and brand of basketball you're playing right now? Yes. But guess who else it's on? Who else has the responsibility to come into this and want to be a part of this? Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. And if they can't, yes, they will be gone because professional organization, and I would say a well-run organization. Is it one of the best in the NBA? I wouldn't say that, but it's a well-run organization with the Cavaliers. If you're not here for it, you ain't going to be here. I'm sorry. Like that's, the problem will be fixed because it's either going to work or it doesn't.
Kevin, let's just say Donovan Mitchell leaves. Was it next year he's free agent? Or we have him one more year after this?
We have one more year, but then, people think that this, if he doesn't want to sign an extension, this would be the last year because the Cavs would try to maximize his value, trade him with the 1 year left.
And they're all worried about them just keeping him and him walking. And let's just say that happens. Worst case scenario.
Yep.
Are you going to be any more hurt or upset if you're being hurt and upset the whole time till he gets there? Or
people will find a way, but you shouldn't be.
Or you're just enjoying it all, and then when it happens, then you're hurt and upset. Like, why spend more of your time bothered by what could or could not happen when you, like I said, just enjoy the now with this team who's playing great basketball. They're sharing they're playing the right style of basketball. They're playing playoff winning basketball.
Darius and Evan are on the bench, especially at home games. They're seeing this. Again, if you don't want to be a part of what's going on out there, having fun, playing a kid's game for your career, you don't want to be a part of that, that is a problem. It's not only on JB Bickerstaff. Everybody always wants a scapegoat. Right now, everybody wants to trade Darius Garland. What has he done wrong for people to want him to go right now? He hasn't. He hasn't been fully healthy this whole season, and now he's got this. He hasn't been able to eat. He's ate a liquid diet because his mouth was wired shut, and he's had to watch this. If it's not motivating him, then he's not in the right business.
The thing with Garland, if you want him traded or doesn't want him traded,
we're scapegoating, and I hate that.
If he's traded, I'll react to it and see what we get. Whatever, yeah. I'll be fine with it. If they trade him, I'm cool. If they don't, awesome. I like him. He's a good kid. He's a hell of a basketball player. Like, no matter what, to me, it's a win-win situation. Right. Either you got good players, they come back and play well, or you got good players and they just don't fit well, and you trade them and you get more good players, hopefully. Like, oh my God, we're playing winning basketball and we're not in a bad position whatsoever. And everyone just wants to bitch and moan, man.
The only thing we can bitch and moan about and is in a bad spot is Tristan Thompson being suspended 25 games for basically PEDs. I'm not even going to try to pronounce them because I read them.
Don't try.
Yeah. But, I mean, again, and people are going to, well, you're doing that and you're only averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds. Stop going to a stat book every time. I love numbers. I love stats. I'm a math guy. I love it. Baseball is big on stats. I love it. I love looking at stats. But that never tells you the whole story. He has been a big lift off the bench, an energy boost, a veteran presence. He's been the backup center. And now he has made a huge mistake that has hurt himself from being able to play the game he loves and hurt his team by not being able to be out there. And it's another next man up mentality. That's probably the theme of the 2023-2024 seasons of Cleveland. Next man up mentality. I think that Tristan Thompson, yes, when he comes back, it'll definitely help this team, but that's the type of stuff, if you're going to be a leader and you're going to get guys to respond to you and respect you and follow you, those are the type of things you can't do. You are responsible for what goes in your body. And these guys come up with excuses. Well, I didn't know. This person gave me this. This person gave me that. We haven't even heard from Tristan on this. But Jay, you got to take responsibility in it. And unfortunately, it hurts himself and his team.
It was a very selfish act. He was dumb for doing it. I mean, I'd love to say, learn from your mistakes. But, dude, you're a veteran, man. You should know better. You're the dude that should be setting the examples for them. Like, if someone's like, I'm thinking about doing this, be like, no, dude, that's not what you do. You're going to get in trouble. They test for this. It's not worth it. It's not going to make you that much better. Just do it the right way. And he didn't. And now he's paying. And now the team's suffering. And he's going to have to deal with that.
He's going to be on Damian Jones and some of the other guys. I mean, look, that might open up.
Evan Mobley's coming back sooner than, eventually.
He'll be Garland first and then Mobley. And I feel like Mobley might be after the All-Star break instead of before. But, this right now could be, if they try to do like a smaller lineup, this would be opening up a opportunity for our draft pick in Amani Bates. Well, guess what? Amani Bates got suspended 2 games from the G League because he's jawing with fans. He's going into the stands to jaw with fans. Now that's a rookie. That's a young person who's had
That's the guy you want to learn from his mistakes.
And when you have a veteran,
Tristan Thompson should be the one talking to him about not doing stuff like that.
And Tristan goes ahead and does that. That doesn't help continue to build the younger players that you have and set the right example. That's the culture that JB's trying to instill. That's the culture that Kevin Stefanski's trying to instill with the Browns. I'm sure that's what Stephen Vogt is trying to instill with the Guardians. He's said on multiple radio interviews this week, the goal this year is to win a World Series. And if you're coming to spring training and that isn't your goal, that's not your mindset, don't even bother showing up. Now, will that speech, will that talk about it moment, will he be about it? Will he get his team to be about it moving forward? We'll have to see.